The following program is an SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives. Good evening and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Travis Nardella, and we're going to start off tonight with a recap of SU sports from the past week. The men's soccer team improved to 6-0-2 after a win against Roanoke and a tie against William Patterson. The game against William Patterson ended 0-0 with the Seagulls getting outshot 16-15. During the game, senior forward Matt Green suffered a torn ACL during the second half and is likely out for the rest of the season. Yesterday, the Seagulls defeated Roanoke College by a score of 3-1, led by goals from Chris Kittleberger and 2 from Benjamin IRT. The women's soccer team went 2-0 this week with victories against Catholic and Stevenson. After trailing 1-0 at halftime versus Catholic, Salisbury surged to victory with 2 goals in the 87th minute by Victoria Luke and in the 90th minute by Tabitha Brown. On Tuesday, the Lady Seagulls defeated Stevenson by a score of 3-2. The goals were scored by Logan O'Meara, Victoria Luke, and the double overtime game winner by Samantha Beck. They have improved to a record of 3-3-3. The field hockey team went 2-0 this week and have improved to 8-0 on the season. The second-ranked Seagulls defeated Lynchburg College 4-1 with goals by Mallory Elliott, Samantha Johnson, Natalie Wilkinson, and Summer Washburn. They also defeated Johns Hopkins 3-0 with 2 goals from Summer Washburn and a goal from Becca Ronica. The volleyball team went 1-2 this week after 2 losses in the A6 Invitational to number 6 Juanita and Franklin and Marshall. They defeated Cortland State in the Juanita Invitational by a score of 3-0. Kate Stouffer led the team with 13 kills. Now over to you guys.
Hello, I'm Amanda Newman.
I'm Buck Miller.
Will Ovington.
And I'm Jessica Ree.
All right, guys, let's get right into it. What about this men's soccer game?
The men's soccer team has been having a great season so far, with their record being 6 wins and 2 ties. This week, goalkeeper Drew Stadelli was named the Eastern Capital Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week, the league announced on Monday. During Saturday's afternoon game, Stadelli recorded his second shutout of the week against William Patterson University. He made 5 saves, 1 shy of a career high. He finished the week with 7 saves. During Saturday's game, Matt Green tore his ACL and will be out for the rest of the season. Stadelli and the team traveled to Prince George Community College to play Roanoke yesterday and won 3-1. Stadelli collected his 6th victory in the net this season, making 4 saves through 90 minutes of play. The team will travel back home this weekend to play Saturday, September 27th against Southern Virginia University.
Yeah, I saw it's also their first CAC match of the games, match of the season, so that should be interesting. And what about the women's soccer?
The women's soccer earned a 3-2 victory home on Tuesday this afternoon. Their overall record is 3 wins, 3 ties, and 3 losses. I feel like that's pretty lucky right there. And these ladies will be back Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. to verse Southern Virginia University, and that'll be another tournament. So it should be really interesting to see.
Eventful.
I think the thing about the men's soccer team is they lost Matt Green over the weekend, but luckily they were, and after such like a hot start that he had, being able to bounce back from that injury and be able to win their next game 3-1 just shows how much composure they've got. They know they don't need just one player to be successful. So I think they're going to be able to go pretty far with this squad.
And it also shows how strong they are. Like you said, they're not depending on one person, and they have multiple players who can step up and show that they are a good team, and they're able to beat the other opposing teams.
I'm very surprised how they don't have any losses so far. Like it's 6-2.
I think it's going to be a really intense game, though, once they start playing their CAC games, because that's what really matters. That's what gets you the championships, and that's what proves how good of a team you really are. These games are good, but you need to be able to win in CAC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what about women's volleyball? We'll be playing at home this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. against Christopher Newport University, and their record is 12-4.
Yeah.
And this will be another tournament, so they will be doing. I have high hopes for them.
Yep.
I saw they did pretty well in their last tournament, though. Their A6 tournament, they went 3-0, and
They actually had Rachel Pearson named to the all-tournament team there, so should expect big things out of this team throughout the year.
I'm thinking that also. And they also have a lot of not freshmen, but younger players who are
Players,
stepping
yes.
up, like Katie Stouffer. She did a really good job the other day. She had about 13 kills, I
Oh,
think.
her kills are amazing
just
to watch.
in the tournament. And I mean, she's a sophomore, so you're going to have her for the next 3 years.
Exactly.
And that also goes to prove how well the coaches do with coaching those players and giving them the opportunity to play so young. Like,
I don't know if you heard of this
always
story,
like
but
that.
Nikki Benetti, she carries around this stick that she found during practice. And ever since then, they've been carrying it, and they keep winning and winning. So I feel like that's their lucky charm. I don't know if you've ever gone to the games, but you have to make it out to see this stick. It's huge, and it has like a little seagull on top of it. It's amazing.
is it like just like a stick you find outside?
Yeah, it's like a huge branch, though. It's
random
not like
stick.
just a little stick. It's a huge branch. I am
Wow.
not kidding. It's huge.
And they take it to their away games too.
Yeah, they take it everywhere. And
That's intimidating.
I feel like it's their lucky charm.
It's their key to victory.
Yes.
Oh my, that I'll have to go see that.
And what about field hockey?
Field hockey has been dominating their opponents. They outshot Lynchburg over the weekend, 26-3. And
That's
they were so close to getting another shutout, but unfortunately Lynchburg was able to score with 13 seconds remaining in the game. But they did bounce back from that and got another shutout
Yesterday.
against Johns Hopkins yesterday. So I think this team's going to go really far. They made it really far last year in the tournament, and I'm expecting them to do big things this year. Probably win it all. If they can keep up this hot streak that they're on, they're not going to be able to be touched.
Their goalie Rachel Kluwer. This was her first shutout of the season. She was able to do it all by herself, so that's pretty exciting.
exciting.
She had 6 saves just by herself. So,
Good
and
for her.
this weekend they're going to be playing the number 3 College of New Jersey. They're hosting that game, so that should be really intense since it's number 2 versus number 3.
Absolutely.
We'll have to see who
Close
comes
game.
out on top.
Well, let's lead into the NFL. James Harrison is back in black and gold, and he signed a 1-year contract after coming out of retirement. He's had 10 in his 10-year career with the Steelers. He's been a 5-time Pro Bowler and 2008 AP defensive end. What do you have to say about
Well, what I have to say is let's not give them the honor of calling them gold because they're black and yellow like
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa likes to call them. So let's
Whoops.
call them black and yellow. And I hope he doesn't really have a good season. He just sits around and retires as
dormant.
a Steeler.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I don't know.
do anything.
Retires
2008
again.
feels like a long time for me.
Yeah.
Because it's 2014, 2008. I don't know if
that?
that.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
with
see.
all the struggles the Steelers have been having this season, they're going to need that rock that James Harrison was for so long. So they're going to, I think, is he going to produce as well as he did back in the day? Absolutely not. But he's definitely going to be that
season bet.
motivational figurehead that's going to lead them back on track in that
get some wins.
very competitive AFC North.
And I was about to say, he just likes bouncing around all the AFC North teams.
Yeah.
He started off as a
Exactly.
Raven. They cut him. He goes to the Steelers. Then he went to the Bengals, and then he comes back to the Steelers. All he needs to do
Yeah,
is go to
he's
the
full.
Can't make up his
Browns,
mind.
and
But I
he's
don't
good.
think anybody
Fine.
wants to go to the Browns. It's the
Nah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Wait, did you guys see a Johnny Manziel's little sneaky pass the other day, though?
got called off. I was really happy
That was
for
pretty
him.
clever.
Finally, he gets to do something on the NFL field, but gets called off.
That
So
would be
we'll
his
see.
luck.
We'll see if
Yeah.
Brian Hoyer can't lead this team into do something. See if Johnny gets a chance. But
know, it was Johnny
speaking of rookie quarterbacks, Blake Bortles and Teddy Bridgewater are getting starts this week. So we'll see how those young guys do this week.
You want to know a team I'm super, super impressed by? I'm very shocked that they're having such a good season.
Who?
The Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals, they're
that's
one of 3
very
teams that are undefeated
fire.
right now, and they're in
Yeah.
the red-hot NFC
Seriously.
West with the Seahawks and the 49ers.
Definitely competitive
So-
division.
Like, that's crazy.
And I'm a 49ers fan,
I
so I was
know.
shocked as anything.
Sorry to break it to you. Just
Whoops.
kidding. But
So,
that's
well,
really
yeah, like
surprising.
leading into the season, I think the only teams from the West that people were talking about were Seattle and
Seahawks.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
And now that Cardinals are undefeated right now, granted it is only 3 games, but
Still.
they have something to prove. And I think this team can go places.
Far, probably.
Go places.
Did you
Playoff
guys catch the
opportunities.
Falcons game last week? Oh my gosh,
I
it's crazy.
checked in on the score and decided
Oh
that
my,
was
yeah,
it.
the 56 dude.
Yeah.
Oh my,
I mean,
they
Devin
blew him
Hester.
out.
Yeah.
props to
Definitely.
Devin Hester breaking that record. Him
His
and
little dance
Deion
at the end.
Sanders had a very nice moment. But that was just embarrassing on all parts by the Buccaneers. Not only was their defense bad, giving up that many points, their special teams was horrible.
Didn't show any
giving
conversion
up a
tackling.
touchdown to a man who you know is dangerous in Devin Hester. You have to be able to stop him. Your special teams game plan revolves around stopping Devin Hester.
And getting
And
good field position, too.
if you give up a touchdown on any kind of special teams, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But on a guy that you know is dangerous, that's even worse. And then all the miscues on offense, you had 2 botched snaps. It was just an all-around terrible performance by the Buccaneers, and they need to get their
Act
butts
together.
on track.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
completely
saw
agree.
the Jets game with Geno Smith and
Just a little bit.
his 8 interceptions, tying Eli Manning.
Must be something in the New York water then. They're just
Exactly.
constantly throwing interceptions.
But this recent story that happened this morning, Bill Simmons from ESPN was suspended for 3 weeks because he called Roger Goodell a liar involving the Ray Rice incident.
I don't think it was just the fact that he was calling Roger Goodell a liar, because there have been too many people that have been calling Roger Goodell a liar over these past 3 weeks. But it's the
Yeah.
way he said it,
Yeah.
and I think
And it was over a podcast.
ESPN is just setting the tone. Like, you're representing our corporation. You can't be saying
Yeah.
those things in that manner. So, I mean, I completely agree with what Bill said, but it's just something that you can't just
Do.
put out there.
Yeah,
I mean, luckily it wasn't on ESPN, because this would have blown up
yeah, even
way
bigger.
more. But even on his podcast, he doesn't have that freedom that he wants to have, because he's representing ESPN.
He's still working for them, so he's still under them. That makes it look very embarrassing.
And tonight, Thursday Night Football, I'm excited. Travis is excited. Amanda's excited.
Excited.
We've got the Giants. We've got the Redskins.
This is
Both 1 and 2 teams, but this is
Huge.
way more than
Huge,
just
huge,
getting
huge,
that second
huge.
win. It's a rivalry week.
Exactly.
Kirk Cousins is going to try to prove himself again. I think he did an outstanding job last week against the
I think
Eagles.
so too.
I agree with that.
And I'll be the first to say it, I think this is Kirk Cousins' team. I think Robert has had his chance. Maybe we'll give him another shot, but I think
Maybe
as
in
of
the long
as
run.
of right now, this is Kirk Cousins'
I
team.
have to wonder if
agree.
Kurt does get this, where would RG3 go? Where would he go?
Probably
Good
on his
question.
couch because he keeps getting injured.
That
so
is
that's
true.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But I think it's got all the makings of turning out like another Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. Because Alex Smith goes down, we bring in Colin Kaepernick, and
And
he
look
leads
what
the
he
team to
does.
the
Better job.
playoffs, and so they give away
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith. So I think I don't want to say that we're going to give away all that we traded for in RG3, but the way that Kirk's been playing and RG3's been regressing, I think
Yeah,
it would be the right move to turn the team over to Kirk Cousins.
I agree. I think it's going to be really interesting to see, though, maybe if Eli doesn't throw any interceptions, how well he'll be able to do,
Unlikely.
and how well the Redskins will be able to perform against them. So we'll see. I think Kirk Cousins is a very good and underrated quarterback. He was able to come in and perform last year when RG3 was hurt, but no one wanted to give him that recognition. They all wanted to be like, RG3's coming back. He's coming. Yes, he's going to come back, but how well is he going to be able to do for you? Not
I
very
think
well.
the biggest issue that people have with him was the main issue from last week was, he did an outstanding job until that clutch moment when we need him to cool down and lead the team on that game-winning drive. But what people are overlooking is that he was in that same situation 2 years ago against the Ravens when he came in for an injured RG3, leads the team for the game-tying drive, gets that game-tying 2-point conversion, and then they are able to win the game. So I think everybody's overreacting over the RG3 thing. I think if he hadn't been such a high pick, if we hadn't given up so much for him, if he wasn't the face of the franchise, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But because he's got all that exposure, then it's leading up
it's a
to what we
bigger
have
story.
right now.
That is true. The Giants are also wondering how well the Redskins are going to fare since D'Angelo Hall is out with a torn Achilles.
I think I don't think Eli's going to throw any interceptions tonight, but it's not because he's like a great quarterback. It's
You're right.
because this is one of the worst secondaries in the league right now. They can't. D'Angelo Hall, even when he was healthy, he can't do anything. He's getting burned. He can't get the interceptions that we need him to have. So it's this secondary isn't going to be enough to scare Eli. It's the front seven that's going to throw him off. It's Brian Arakpo and Ryan Kerrigan getting after him that's going to scare him. And maybe that'll be enough to force an interception. But other than that, I don't think Eli's going to do too bad today. It's the defense for the Redskins that's going to need to settle down.
The defense again. As soon as you put pressure on Eli, he cracks. So
Yeah, there
that's
you
basically what happens, which leads into the interceptions.
Yeah.
So
But getting into MLB, it's Derek Jeter's last home game tonight. It's going to be very emotional in the Bronx.
As a Yankee fan, I am definitely going to miss him. Like, I want to become a sportscaster, and I was hoping one day that I would be able to interview him, but unfortunately he is retiring. So it's like that.
Well, to be honest, as a diehard Orioles
Orioles fan.
I'm sad to see him leave. Like, yeah, Orioles fans are known to hate the
Yeah.
Yankees. Boston fans are known to hate the Yankees.
He's
But
just a good
deep
player.
down inside, everybody loves Derek Jeter. Everyone has a little bit of love for him, no matter what, because he is the most popular baseball player around, basically.
Yeah.
And everyone loves him. Everyone loves to hate him.
Yeah.
But everyone loves to watch him play.
Because people do say he is overrated, but I feel like he is the face of Major League Baseball. Like, if for people who don't watch baseball, they know who Derek Jeter is. So he's
Oh,
definitely,
yeah.
it's obvious. So he's
he
definitely going to be missed.
performs when they need him, and he's
Yeah.
the captain on their defense, and also hitting the ball offensively. He gets some good hits. So
Absolutely.
But getting into the pennant races, Dodgers clinched the National League West last night. The Giants, however, they can't get the division, but they clinched a wild card spot. So the race is heating up. Who do you guys have winning October?
Well, I have the Orioles.
yeah, I would like to see the
Got the
Orioles
Orioles
as well.
winning. And as long as they win tonight and Los Angeles loses, we're the one with
We're
the
pretty
number
good.
one.
No, I
with
kind
that.
of want to
We're
see
good.
Number
Los
one.
Angeles, Mike Trout. I know Mike Trout's sick though, so I don't know if the team's going to do well tonight. So we'll see.
The other players have to step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Going
I'm really hoping for a Beltway World Series, but it's not going to
Yeah.
happen. The Angels are too good to lose to the Orioles. Mike Trout is just
Shooting a stand.
Great player.
as a Nationals fan, it's always Bryce Harper versus Mike Trout.
Yeah.
But at this point, Mike Trout has Bryce Harper way beat. So I think the Angels are going to win that American League pennant, and I'm hoping and I'm thinking that the Nationals are going to win that National League pennant. So it'll be East versus West, and
That's another competition that's
Yes.
always
so
popular, you know.
so if it's LA versus Washington, then that's where the Bryce Harper versus Mike Trout is going to come down to.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that Mike Trout's going to be able to. I'm sorry. Bryce Harper is going to be able to come out with that.
Okay, well,
Whoa.
we see who you really
sorry,
like now.
Sorry. Bryce Harper and the Nationals are going to win.
Right. Well, okay. I see. I see you like the Angels, undercover Angels fan over here.
You are an undercover Angels fan.
I'm just messing with you.
Don't lie.
But I also see how Coach Joe Girardi is giving Derek Jeter the option to play for the rest of the series.
Yes, I think
What do
he
you
will
feel
take
about
it.
that?
I feel
Yeah.
like he will take it. Of course, he's gonna man up and take it. Of course, because the Red Sox are gonna do a ceremony Sunday night for him. So
So why would he just sit on the bench
Yeah.
that night?
I
You know,
Definitely.
doesn't
exactly.
make
So
sense.
it doesn't make sense. I think
gotta
Joe
get out there
Girardi
and
wants
go
to
get
see
it.
how he's gonna play it, but I honestly think he will take it.
Yeah. that would
I
be
don't see him not
silly if he
playing.
didn't.
Exactly, especially when you're in Fenway too. So
How many times did he get booed in that stadium? Let's think
Plenty,
about that.
plenty.
plenty, yeah. Not as much as A-Rod though. So you know
Well, he
that's
gets
his
But
Close
thing.
down.
A-Rod,
He gets booed
A-Rod's going
everywhere.
to get booed in any stadium
Yeah.
he goes
Just about
into.
anywhere.
everywhere, but I think he'll absolutely play. I don't see
Yeah.
why he. I don't see why he wouldn't unless he got injured
I mean,
tonight.
if he does,
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
he doesn't have anything to play for now. So I think he's definitely going to get at least one game in there, just to say goodbye to Fenway and all those fans that have hated him for so long.
I have to wonder what the Red Sox are planning on giving him and like doing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. So
I
it
was
should be
watching
interesting.
Seth Meyers last night. Who did he have? Stephen King was on there, and they're both diehard Red Sox fans, and they're like, yeah, you know how we love to hate Derek Jeter, but of course we're so sad to see him leave, and of course we want to like be nice. Stephen King said he's going to the game, and that he's going to be wearing a Derek Jeter hat along with his Red Sox shirt. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. That is very
Confusing.
interesting.
A little bit.
A little bit confusing, but I think he's supportive of Derek and just Derek as a player, not as a Yankee.
I feel like
Let's do a quick turnaround and get back to SU sports. We kind of overlooked women's soccer. They played Stevenson on Tuesday. They came out on top in double overtime. It was a huge defensive struggle in the first half. Stevenson struck first. Salisbury was able to score 2 goals to answer that. Stevenson was able to battle back and score the equalizer with just under 6 minutes left. But luckily, Salisbury was able to ride out that Stevenson momentum into the second overtime half, and they got the game winner. Samantha Beck scored the game winner. So what do you guys think of how the women's soccer team's doing? They're sitting at 3-3-3.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But
Yeah.
The next game is definitely a testament to see if they can get over this 500 record. So
Yeah. I think they're doing well. They just need to keep it up, you know. I also saw how I saw about Logan O'Mara's pass, how she took it from the 18-yard box and dribbled it all the way into the. She rocketed the ball into the goal. So I thought that was pretty awesome. How she like came right back and showed them that Salisbury was not willing to be defeated.
Yeah.
And they wanted to continue playing. And Michelle Conrad had 5 saves in the game, so that's pretty well also.
very impressive.
it was
The goalie.
it was definitely a little chippy in the first half. It was a very, very physical game. There was a lot of it was mostly played in that midfield area. There wasn't much going on
the
at
side.
either end. So it's good to see that they can battle back and get that W. So we'll see how they do this week, if they can carry that momentum into their league schedule.
That's, like I said earlier, that is the most important part. That's what wins you the championships. So have you guys attended any of the games recently?
I was at the game on Tuesday, and it was
Awesome.
we definitely need to get some more student support out there. Granted, it is a 4 o'clock game on a
Right.
Tuesday, so but there were a good amount of lacrosse players there cheering on the team, getting loud.
Did they have their couch?
They didn't have their couch, not this
Really?
time.
No
Nope.
couch.
Not for the game on Tuesday. But-
That's a staple, the couch.
Oh my goodness. I was also looking up some of the club sports. Do you guys know we have a club rugby for men and women, club field hockey, and a club soccer? Have you guys ever been to a rugby game?
I haven't. I've been meaning to get to one.
Same here.
I hear they're great though.
Rugby is so fun to
I
watch.
hear they're great.
It's really fun. The women's rugby team usually has like a breast cancer game coming up in October, so that'd be something really interesting to go see.
Maybe I'll do
Yeah.
that one.
And I also see them practicing a lot too, the rugby team, so that's cool.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see the volleyball game this Tuesday. It's coming up Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I'll also be announcing for it, so I'm very excited to see that. Their record 12-4 is absolutely great. I can't wait to see Katie Stolfer with more kills and Nikki Benetti. They're phenomenal. If you haven't gone out, you really should. It's a game to watch.
And Christopher Newport is always a very tough competition against Salisbury for volleyball.
And it's a tournament, so it should be
Fun.
fun and intense.
Save
I
me.
agree.
Yes, absolutely.
That'll be awesome to see.
Well, the National Hockey League is getting the ball rolling. The Capitals just announced their jerseys for their Winter Classic that they're hosting New Year's Day.
It was so awesome.
I'm a fan of them. Can't wait to see what the Blackhawks are going to be wearing. I'm really excited for hockey season. I don't know if any of you guys are big hockey fans, but I'm expecting big things out of this team.
Hockey's very
I'm-
intense. I've watched it over the past few years, and it's really intense. I don't have a specific team that I like, but it's so intense and it's enjoyable.
I'm very excited for hockey to start, but I'm not excited for winter to start, if that makes sense.
No, I love
I
the
love
winter.
watching hockey, but not knowing that it's about to get cold.
Cold,
The
yeah.
best thing is, though, when you're watching the Winter Classic and it's snowing.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
awesome, and it's just like a great and awesome time.
It's a good
That's when
experience.
hockey should be played, in the
Yeah,
snow.
snow,
Throw on
definitely.
ice, play in the snow.
But I think the the biggest issue is that it's being held in D.C. and there's not really a lot of snowfall around that happens in D.C. So the question is whether it's going to be cold enough, if they're going to have issues with the ice or not. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping we can get a good snowfall for the game, so it'll look good.
That'll be awesome.
We have an update from the Yankees game. Derek Jeter just doubled in his first at bat in his last home game.
Yes.
So
Good for him.
congratulations
Oh,
to
I
him,
bet you the stadium's going crazy right now.
Crazy.
without a doubt.
No,
I wish
Travis
I was
is going
there.
crazy over here
Yeah.
too. So. Oh my gosh,
my
that's
God.
crazy. Maybe he'll
But,
pull out a win tonight against the Orioles.
you never know.
You never know.
In baseball, it takes forever.
That's true.
is
Derek
true.
Jeter's crazy though, so he might hit
Hit
a
a home
couple
run.
home runs
Yeah,
and
maybe.
grand slams and who knows what else.
We do have
Wow.
a score update also. It's 2-1 Baltimore right now. But again, Yankees did. Derek
scored a
Jeter
double.
just got a double, so we can see if they can rally behind that.
It should be a good game tonight. It should be a very good game.
I was
I just
gonna
hope it
root for
doesn't
my
rain.
Orioles
I
though.
hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah, we're both.
I
gonna
also
root for
heard
it.
there was a rainbow over the stadium
Yes.
earlier.
That was before the game.
I think it's luck.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you think that might be a good luck sign?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Jeter's.
I don't think so. I mean, I hate to burst the
Never
Yankees
mind,
bubble,
never
but the
mind.
Orioles have been riding this hot streak against the Yankees the past couple of days, so
Sweep.
I think the Orioles are going to end up coming out on top.
No, they've been like running them this whole season though. If you think about it.
Yeah.
And
Don't remind me.
I also
I get
think
it.
that like the rain and the Orioles and the Yankees playing is always something that's happened this season. I went to an Orioles game this year and it rained. It was on rain delay. How many other times has it rained when the Orioles and Yankees were supposed to play?
A lot.
Too many.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
So that's also another sign.
Nice. Well, jumping back into the NFL, I would like to talk about Dennis Pitta, getting injured again. I feel bad
Yes.
for him. I do, because he was injured last year and he tried to come back stronger from the injury and just so happened to get injured again. So I hope he comes back next season even stronger.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Because
like
he's
that at
a
all.
staple for the Ravens offense.
I think Owen Daniels, though, is going to be able to step up and be able to
Definitely, yeah.
perform. Because if you saw him in that Steelers game, 2 touchdowns, that was great.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see Steve Smith play against his old team this weekend against the Panthers.
Yes.
That's going to
gonna be
be
exciting.
that's going to be
That's gonna be
intense.
intense.
Joe Flacco actually
wait to see
talked
that.
about Steve Smith playing against Carolina because he said Steve's going to be looking for the ball every
For
down
rejection.
Yeah.
on every
Yeah.
play.
He's
Yeah,
going to be looking to
absolutely.
wreck people.
Steve Smith's already had 2 games with over 100 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially since he's playing his old team, he's going to be going nuts.
He's definitely going to be trying to make a statement.
And I also saw they're miking him up for this game.
That's gonna
And
be
they're going to
Oh.
show that on NFL Sounds. So that's going to be
Must be.
awesome
I'm going
to
to try
see.
to look out
Yeah.
for that one.
This is Steve Smith's game this week.
Yeah, it's all about him. Spotlight's on
They'll
him.
definitely have to clean up that audio though because
Maybe
there's
just
going
a
to
little
be
bit.
a lot of trash talking during that game.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think he's on track to have a 1,000-yard receiving year. So,
He keeps it up the way he's playing, maybe.
yeah.
I think he's just making the statement though that you don't want me. I'm going to go outperform whatever I
Even
did
better.
with you guys at another team. So he's shown he can definitely still play. Carolina has to be regretting not re-signing him.
Absolutely.
So
If I was Carolina.
we'll see how this game goes. I think Joe Flacco though was saying that he's not going to be. He needs Steve Smith to calm down and not be
Hey,
not be
chill out.
looking for the ball in every play. And then
Right.
if he's thinking about trying to get him the ball in every play, then that's going to mess up with Joe Flacco. So we'll see how that works with the Panthers.
Now we just got another sports update from Yankee Stadium. The Yankees are tied at 2 right now, so it's getting.
And it's only, what, the second inning? Is that what they said?
Yeah. I think the
Oh, it's
first
only the
inning.
first inning.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow,
so it's
okay.
going to be a
Close
long
It's
game.
gonna
game.
be
Yeah.
a while. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be close.
Close in the first.
Close in the first.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So it's gonna be very competitive.
Well, I think that's a wrap for us tonight on SU TV. I'm Amanda Newman.
I'm Charles Miller.
I'm Will Ovington.
And I'm Jessica Ree. Have a good night.